Hello guys, welcome. Today we will learn about air around us. We all know that air is very essential for us. But the question is, have you ever seen air? Can you see the air or can you just feel it? We all must have felt its presence in so many ways, but might not have seen it. We know that air is very essential for the plants and animals. So, let us do some activity. As a kid, we all might have played with firki. Does firki rotate? What makes a firki rotate? Let us see. This is simple firki. Being a kid, you all might have played with this. So let us see what happens. So when we keep this firki in the air, you can see it starts to rotate. So if we move it at the different levels, it will start to rotate. This is due to the presence of air. So by this activity, you might have understand the firki rotates due to moving of air. Now we get one more question here. Is air present everywhere around us? For this, close your fist. What do you have in it? Can you say? Nothing. But there is air. So let us do one more activity and see. So now we will consider a vessel here and an empty water bottle. So first we'll take this water bottle and we'll immerse it upside down. So as you can see, when we immerse this water bottle, the water level will starts to fill. So it will reach up to this point or up to a certain point and stops. If you still goes on immersing it, it doesn't changes. If you immerse, still this will not increase. Instead, the water around this bottle will start to rise. So why this is happening? This is because air is present inside this empty bottle. Similarly, if you tilt this water bottle little, you'll see after reaching the point, the water bubbles starts and it will goes up and burst at the corner. So this air bubbles shows that air is present inside this empty water bottle. To prove this experiment, let's take an empty bottle and water filled in a vessel. To see what is really happening, we have added some color to the water. Now let's see what happens when we immerse upside down bottle into the vessel. Now watch carefully. Water enters the bottle and rises up only up to a certain point. You can see. Now immerse the bottle deeper into the water. You can see what is happening there. The level of water inside the bottle remains unchanged, while the level of water outside the bottle rises up gradually. Can you understand the reason? Is it quite apparent from this experiment that there is definitely something inside the bottle which is preventing the water from entering it? What else can this be? It is air itself. Now let us do one more thing. Now we will tilt the bottle a little to one side. Oh, what is this? The bubbles coming out of the mouth of the bottle are rushing noisily to the surface and meeting their end by bursting out there. These bubbles are of air only. The air trapped inside the bottle gets an opportunity to escape when the bottle is tilted to one side, causing the water to fill the vacuum, thus created by the exit of air. So, by the experiment and as I explained, you might have observed when that water bottle is immersed, it is reaching up to a certain point. After that, it doesn't rise, only the outside level will rise. This is due to presence of air. We might have also seen the mountaineers carry oxygen cylinder with them. Why does they carry with them? The answer is simple. When we goes on reaching the heights, the air pressure will goes on decreasing. So as the height is increasing, air will decrease. So hence the air present on the top of the mountain is less compared to the bottom of the mountain. So if you want to climb to the top of the mountain, you should carry the oxygen cylinders with you. So now, what is air made up of? What are its constituents? Let us see. Air is a mixture of gases. In the ancient time, people thought that air is only made up of oxygen. But actually, the air consists of water vapor, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, dust, and smoke also. Water vapor is present in air. How can we see? For this, we will do one more activity. Activity, we will take a cold water bottle. You can see when the air comes in contact with water bottle, you can see the water vapor is formed. You can see it is getting wet. This is due to water vapor present in the atmosphere. You can see the water vapors form on this bottle. This is due to condensation of water. When the air gets in contact with this water bottle, it starts to condense and we can see the water droplets on the surface of the water bottle. This shows that air has water vapor in it. So, from the activity, we got to know that water vapor is present in the air. Similarly, oxygen is required for burning or combustion. Nitrogen does not support the burning of candle. Air is still present in the glass even after the candle is blew out. We will see how the oxygen and nitrogen is present in the air by an activity. Let us do an activity to prove that oxygen is required for burning and also to show that oxygen and nitrogen is present in the air. We all know that oxygen is the main constituent for burning of the candle or any substances. So, we will take a candle and we will light it. You can see due to the atmospheric air, the candle is continuously burning. That is due to the presence of oxygen in the atmosphere. Now, we will cover this candle with the glass. Observe, as we closed, you can see the candle is started to goes down. It is starting to blow out. So after completely blown out, you can see the vapors or the smoke around it. That smoke is nothing but nitrogen. This shows that oxygen is required for burning and also the smoke present here is nitrogen. That nitrogen is opposing. So from the experiment, it is clear that oxygen and nitrogen is also present in air along with the water vapor. As I said, oxygen is required for burning. So when we kept the candle outside, we can see it was continuously burning. That is due to the presence of oxygen in the atmosphere. And when we blown out the candle, you can see still the smoke was there. That smoke represents the presence of nitrogen in it. Along with that, there are other constituents like carbon dioxide, dust and smoke also present in the air. So carbon dioxide, when we burn something in the room, we may get difficulty in breathing. That is due to the presence of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is harmful for us. It creates a difficulty in breathing. The dust and smoke, you might have seen in the factory chimneys, a large amount of smoke is released. That is also present in air. So from this we can conclude that the nitrogen and oxygen makes up 99% of the air. Remaining 1% is due to the presence of other constituents. We all know that oxygen is essential for human beings and also for animals and plants. But the question is, how does oxygen become available to the animals and the plants living in water and soil? For this, we will see a simple example. Consider a small vessel and fill the water in it. When we start heating, you all might have observed this in your daily life. When you boil the water, you can see the bubbles forming at the bottom of that vessel. So the bubbles comes from the air dissolved in the water. So air escapes in the form of bubbles when you start heating. So if you continue heating, you know that the water starts to evaporate and the water turns into water vapors. So this shows that oxygen is present in the water. So we might now understand that the plants or the animals living in water respires through the oxygen present in the water. These organisms living in soil respire. We came to know that in the water oxygen is present. Hence the plants or the animals living in water can respire. Now in the soil, how? Let us see. For this, take a vessel or small bottle, fill the soil in that and pour the water. So when we pour the water, you can see the bubbles form in the soil. This you might also have seen when you water the plants. When you give water to the plants in a pot, you can see the water bubbles will come and that hole is formed. That holes formed shows that the bubbles formed when the water is poured is due to the presence of air in the soil. So from this you get to know that air is also present in the soil. This helps the animals or the organisms in the soil to respire. Topic is windmill. You might have seen in the large fields the large fans are installed. What are those large fans called as? Those large fans are nothing but windmill. So the large fans having the large blades, you might have seen it. So when the air is blown through those blades, that blade starts to rotate. So when that blades rotate, it will generate the electricity. So where these windmills are used, let us see. Used to draw the water from the tube wells. In the ancient time, you might have seen the large wheels having the buckets. Those are also called as windmills. Those were having the bucket shapes which was used to draw the water from the tube wells and also to run the floor mills. In the ancient Roman times, you might have seen the floor mills were used to run on the windmills. So now currently windmills are used to generate electricity. The large amount of electricity we are getting is from windmill. Let us see where the air is being used. What are the applications? So air around us helps in moving the sailing ships, gliders, parachutes and aeroplanes. So for all these ships, gliders, parachute or kites, we need air. And also the birds, bats, insects fly due to the presence of air. So this air helps them in flight. Air also helps in pollination. Pollination is the process of transfer of seeds or the pollen from one plant or from one place to another. So from air we can help in pollination. So air also plays an important role in water cycle. So these are all the applications of air. From this chapter, air around us, we can conclude that air around us is not visible but we can feel the present. But also we can see the various experiments through which we can feel the presence or we can detect the air is present. Hope you have understood air around us. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe our channel Gyan Gallery.